Hey guys, welcome back to this channel, and as you can tell from the title of this video, this is how we met. So I was actually going to have Matt sit down and do this video with me, but at the moment he can't, so that is perfectly fine. We're just gonna try to get this video up and going and get started. So we're going back a few years. If you've been watching for our channel, if you've been watching our channel for a while now, you would know that me and Matt have been together for about going on 5 years now. And we have 2 children together, one 2-year-old and one 3-month-old. They're both girls, and we have been married for almost a year. March 22nd will be a year. So I'm just gonna hop right into this video and explain to you guys how we met, and yeah. So it was back when I was about 18 years old. Matt was 19. Yeah, Matt had already turned 19. Well, it was the summer. It was like about spring of the time I was about to turn 19, and Matt had just turned 19. Well, basically, we ended up meeting because I had just broke up with a guy maybe like 6 months prior, and it was a really, really serious relationship, and I really knew I wasn't ready for a new relationship. I've met other people throughout that 6 months that me and that guy weren't together, and you know, I've met different guys, but I honestly just didn't feel like I wanted to be in a relationship with them, or that I wanted more than just a friendship, especially because I had a whole lot of guy friends, and I know that when you're that young, you know, insecurities and all that, and most guys aren't okay with you having a guy best friend, which I do have a guy best friend and I have a female best friend, and you know, it is what it is. So with that being said, I wasn't trying to push being in a relationship with any of the guys that I knew that did like me, just because to me, I thought that being friends was just it. That's where I kind of drew the line with each and every one of them. So at the time, I was actually in a band, and I was friends with this girl, and she had told me to just kind of browse through Facebook and try to see if some of my mutual friends had known people that knew how to play guitar, because we had a guitarist already, we had a drummer, we had a bassist, but we did need another guitarist to fill the lead, well, to fill the rhythm guitarist spot. We had a lead guitarist, but that's a whole different story, and the lead guitarist in my band was actually like the girl's cousin. So me and him had agreed that we were going to try to find a lead guitarist, a rhythm guitarist, just because it seemed like our band needed that. So I started doing a little bit of browsing on Facebook, and I came across Matt's profile. And I asked her if she knew him, and she said that she didn't know him personally, but she did know people that knew of him. So I was like, okay, well, that can't hurt, you know? So I decided, I was actually on the phone with my female best friend at the time after I had got off the phone with one of my friends, the friend that had led me to Matt. And I called my best friend up, we're on the phone, I'm like, hey, you know, what are you doing? She's telling me how, you know, her day was. I'm sitting here like, yeah, well, I'm on Facebook, you know, I'm thinking about, you know, messaging this guy and seeing if he would be interested in being a rhythm guitarist. I'm going to check out his profile and see if I can find any videos or any music links or anything like that. I went on his profile, and I did find a link. I ended up started listening to his music. Well, guys, as I did a little bit more digging into his profile, I came across a picture of him standing outside of a music store with somebody that I knew. I feel like this is like terrible. Well, that somebody was my ex-boyfriend, the one that I just had gotten out of a serious relationship. He was standing right next to them. Like, they were standing side by side taking like a profile picture, I guess for their band's website or whatever, because they were in a band together, guys. He messaged me as soon as I sent him the friend request, but he messaged me, And he was like, hey, as soon as I sent him the friend request, guys, I was like freaking out, because you know, it's one of those things when you send somebody a friend request, they still get the notification whether you, even if you canceled the friend request. So I'm like, oh crap. So I'm like, I was screwed. So I'm like, crap. She's like, well, it's okay. Like, he probably already knows who you are. He's probably not even gonna bother with you. I was like, okay. Guys, he ends up messaging me like a couple minutes later, and I'm like, crap. So I'm like, all right, I got this. So I end up messaging him, acting like I completely didn't know anything about him and my ex being friends. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm in this band and I do music and stuff. And we're just talking casual conversation, just like normal friends would. And I'm just like, the whole time, like, trying to play it off. Like, I don't know who he is. I don't know who he's friends with. And the entire time, he was like, he didn't seem to know who I was either. He was just like, well, you know, I had told him that I lived somewhere that I didn't even live. Like, to be honest. Like, I was like, yeah, I live this place. And, yeah, I live in this apartment with my cousin. No, guys, I was living at my grandparents' house still. And actually, in this very house, this is my grandparents' house that I actually have now. I was still living here, and I was just like, crap. So, we end up going into conversation, literally speaking the entire night. Like, I don't even know how that happened. We just kind of went from, like, a music topic to things we liked to things we had in common, and it was really weird. And I don't know, I just felt so comfortable talking to him, and I kind of was just like, okay. And we just kept talking, conversating, and then I brought up the whole, forget how he ended up finding out who I was. I think it was like we were talking about something, and I was just like, are you sure we've never met before, or something like that? And he was like, all right, I'm gonna be honest, I know who you are. And I was like, crap. I was like, wait, so how do you know who I am? He's like, well, that's actually my best friend. And, the second you messaged me, he was actually with me. And I told him that you had messaged me, and I showed him the message. And he kind of told me not to write you back, but I decided to anyways, because I wasn't going to judge you off of what somebody else told me. And I was just like, smart guy. And, we started talking, and, he realized that I was nothing like what he was told. And I'm just like, yeah, like I'm, a regular human being. I'm not like crazy or anything. And we pretty much just hit it off from there. Like, I was just like, well, would you like to audition for our band? Like, you can all come audition, sometime this weekend. And we had made plans for me to basically meet him at the mall with the rest of the band, and that didn't happen. Actually, I was going to be meeting him somewhere else, and basically, but when we did meet, he had played, and, I had agreed that he was good, and the other guitarist agreed that he was really good. That's how they ended up switching spots, and Matt ended up becoming the lead guitarist, and my lead guitarist ended up being the rhythm guitarist. And then the band kind of fell apart after a while, because I was the only female in the band, and then Matt ended up liking me, and then the other guitarist ended up liking me at the same time, and it was just weird and complicated. So the whole band just fell apart after a while, especially after, and it all happened after me and Matt had got together, and the other guitarist found out, and then the whole band just kind of fell apart after that, guys. So, that is the interesting story about how we met, and we're going back to like 2013, mind you guys. So it's been a good couple years. So that is the story, and I hope you guys liked it, how we met. If you guys would like to hear more stories like this, because I have tons of stories like this, I could kind of make this like a story time type of thing. If you guys are interested in story times, like I have a couple on my old channel, but I could definitely start story times on here. This is definitely a funny story time, and I have tons of other story times about me and him as a couple, and then just me before I met him, and me and him being a married couple too. So give this video a thumbs up if you like this video, and please subscribe. And comment down below some of the craziest things of how you've met people, like some of the craziest ways you've met people. I know I can't be the only person who is like just come across somebody on the internet and just automatically connected. Like, I know people use like dating apps and stuff, and I'm not into that kind of stuff. Like, I've never had been. But that was like the first time I feel like I've ever really like met somebody and really connected like that. And I don't know, I feel like other people do it all the time. I'm just like, these are way off somewhere, and that was just like new to me, and it just kind of happened. But yeah, definitely comment down below crazy ways that you guys have met people. And is it like normal for people to meet people on the internet, instantly connect like that? I don't know. But thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.